Let's see if we're back. It should work now. I think we are back. Is it working? I think so. I think we're back. All right. So something very strange did happen, but now we are back. All right. What do we have here? On the chessboard, I think we're just doing slightly better because of the beta structure. And let me double check if we're actually back, but I think we are. I think it works. Yeah, it works. All right. So, knight on c5 coming next. Not very dangerous, so we can bring the rook here into the attack. We can bring the queen into the attack, or we can just be very safe with the move knight on e2. So yeah, thank you very much for waiting. Sorry for the interruption, but sometimes here something is happening to the internet, and yeah, and then what to do. Let's go with the move knight ce2 to keep the monster knight on d4 for eternity. So yeah, we're back. Welcome everyone. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, it was nothing I can do about it. Sometimes internet is just not perfect. Knight on c5. We go with the move c3. Continue keeping the knight on d4. Very, very strong. Bishop on c2 is what is happening next. So we play against the bad bishop on c8. This is the main idea. Here for white, we can try to attack as well. He takes. Okay, I'm gonna take with the pawn. So this is normal. And the bishop on c8 is our target, long run target. So many moves from now, we are going to get some endgame where the bishop on c8 will be just like a pawn. f5, interesting. So he's closing everything, but now the bishop is really bad. So all right, now we can take on f6. This is fine. It's gonna be better for white, but I think there is no reason to do that. So let's go with the move b4. We would like to play on the direct squares. So main idea, to change the bishop e3 versus the bishop on e7 once we change the bishops to get an endgame. Knight on d4 versus the bishop on c8. So this is going to be just a horrible endgame. We have to be a little bit patient in the current position because it's not a fast play here. The things are going to develop very slowly, but still we keep our main idea of playing against the bishop c8 through all the game now. Step by step. He takes. All right, well, we can take with the knight, and we can also take with the bishop here, but I think to put the knight on d4 cannot be a bad decision. So knights are gone. Next plan for white is to change the bishop on e3. Let's first play the move queen on d2 because it feels very safe. As well, there might be some counterplay with g5, so just to be sure, we are avoiding the g5 idea. We are putting the queen on d2. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back. Yeah, what to do? Now we had this problem. Now we are back. Let's simply take. Rook probably is going to take now, and we play the simple move b4. We continue playing against the bishop on d7, so we keep the same strategy. Rook on a8. Okay, now we can go with the move queen on b2, trying to fight for the a file, but maybe it's time to put something to c5. So we have to make a decision now how to proceed in the current position. Maybe knight on b3 is looking pretty decent, so we might be lucky to get something to c5. I even don't know if I get the knight on c5. Bishop takes. It's gonna be opposite color bishop endgame, yeah, but it is still better for white, so we will see. We will see what we are going to play next. Several ideas for white. Of course, the main is to change the bishops. In case we can change the bishops. This is just huge for white, and he's allowing us to change the bishops. I think this is not a great idea by black. He should have played something else, because now we can change the bishops, and it's just so important for white to have this knight versus the bishop on d7. So we get the dream case position, because we managed to change the bishops. We are executing our plan. Now the next stage is to change everything, and in best case we have knight and queen versus bishop and queen. This is a best case. Also knight against bishop should be, I think, enough to win the game, so this is a second option. So let's go back with a knight to d4, and then we're gonna be slowly changing the things on the a file to get the position that we spoke about. So here's the first change. Now he tries to be active on the c file, but I think it is just not dangerous. Let's calculate, by the way, the move knight on d4, because sometimes we might give the pawn take, then we play the move rook a7, the bishop has no squares to go. Now rook on c4, knight f5. I don't know if this is a win. I don't know. So maybe first let's go the move rook c1, because again there is no rush. It would be good to play immediately the move knight on d4, but I think it doesn't work. So yeah. I see a question in the chat, why not to go b5? Because before we had the move b5, but then the bishop is getting active, plus the pawn would be all the time under attack. The idea for white is not to put the pawns on the color of the bishop. So our idea is to have the pawns on a different color to the bishop on d7, as you can see. This is the main idea. Now we have all the time in the world, because there are no threats, there is no nothing. Queen on c4, next stage to change the queens. Not a bad idea, but let's execute this change in a nice way. So let's first get the king a little bit closer. We are getting ready for the move, for example, queen on e2. There is a little bit of counterplay here for black, but we continue having this monster knight on d4, so it gives us a clear plus. The rook is getting active, but on the other hand, except the move rook to a2, there is no real threat by black. Now let's calculate. Queen on e2, does it work to play the move queen on e2? There is rook on a2, and then we play the move rook to c2. So I think very safe. Let's go for the move queen on e2. I think so. Let's double check. Okay, maybe rook c2 first, I don't know. Okay, let's go with the move queen on e2. Change of queens. Now rook on c2, as we spoke. So we are trying just to change the pieces, and in best case, knight queen versus queen and bishop. Now queens are gone, so there will be no queen and knight, but now we have the knight versus the bishop on d7. So strategically we are doing better. The next stage of the game is to open something and to try to get with the rook very active. There is a little threat here, but it's not very dangerous, so I believe we can just open the position, and to play b5 now also is not a bad idea. So now b5 somewhere, not immediately, but in the future. The best would be to cover the a file with a rook, but how can we do that? I think we can do that by getting the king eventually, but I don't know if this is a great idea. So we can try the move c4 now, which makes sense because we get the very active rook. I think it's time. I think it's time for us to get dynamic with the move c4, is it? I think so. I think it's time to push the move c4 because it's difficult to put the pieces even better than currently. So we are getting the rook into the game. The bishop is gonna be in trouble, and we have the beautiful knight. I don't know if this is a winning position, but we're doing better. So there is a check here, but we are going to escape, and maybe he can check us. Maybe we can also play the move rook to c2. Is very interesting because knight versus bishop. So Should we go knight versus bishop, or should we walk with the king to h4? I don't know what is the better solution here, because I'm afraid it might be not enough to win the game, but maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know if this is a winning position, but let's try. I think we should... I don't know, not 100%, but okay. Let's try. It looks like I should have some chances to win with a knight against the bishop. Doesn't look like a simple draw, at least not to me. We have a check. Okay, this is just a check, so let's move to d2. Now probably black will be taking because there's nothing better. And we take. Bishop is under attack, the pawn is under attack. And next we should be able to advance here on the... He puts a very passive bishop. Okay, so let's go back. So our idea is to get something here on the king side next. Maybe it's gonna be not so easy, but let's see. And of course the idea could be to provoke the move b5. So important in case we will be able to provoke the move b5. I think the position should be close to winning. Now we are trying to get the g4 done. Let's see if we will manage a very risky play, I think, by our opponent. So let's just stop black from moving. And let's go with the move king to f3. So still we can take and then play somewhere the move h4 or g4. Maybe we have to open the position with the move g4. Also to take, it feels might be good, but let's go with the move g4. So now we are slowly advancing. So he's gonna take here on f4. This is clear. I have to play, of course, faster. h5. Well, can we play this move? Is it a win? I think it is. So we play the move f5. I think it is a win, but not 100%. Let's see, we take. Then the e6 move, I think, is winning, but... So e6. Is there a defense for black in the current position? Maybe there might be a defense, but let's see. So here we take. Now knight on d6 is coming next. Ah, he has a check. He survives with a check. No, I did not see the check. This is pity. He survives now with a check. There's nothing I can do about it. No, this is pity. Ah, I should have played something else. Now, obviously, it is just a draw. That's pity. We played a very good game, I think. And now it is just a draw. Pity not to win. Pity not to win this game, but what to do? Sometimes happens. We had a good chance, I think, of winning, and finally we could not make it. So okay, let's go with the move. Where to play? Here, just to take the pawn. He tries to beat us. Well, yeah, because I have so little time, I didn't pay attention here to the time, and now, yes, this is a draw. So we take the last pawn, and that's it. So it is a draw. I don't know how to make a draw. What is happening here? We're just moving. Ah, he wants to flag me. Very friendly guy. But I don't know what happens in case of flagging. Is it still a draw or it's not a draw in case of flagging? Interesting. Interesting play by my opponent. Very good guy. Very intelligent also. You see the level of intelligence of the chess player. So yeah, we will not be facing him ever again, obviously. But what to do? What to do? What to do? So what could we do? We could do nothing except moving around, and I was just not sure if I give the pawn, is it still a draw or it's not a draw? So maybe still a draw. My internet is gone again. What is this? What is this? So I think we're back. Yeah, today, bad luck. Bad luck with the games, bad luck with a draw. But for example, a guy like that, just moving around, no respect whatsoever. So this is a guy that we should clearly report the guy, because this is just making no sense what he's doing, and we should block the guy, never to face him again. People who do not respect the game of chess, we should not face them. Very simple. Let's go with the next game. Let's go with the next one. He has no material to mate, but actually he has. So this is the thing, is that in case you have a pawn, then in theory you can put out of the pawn, I don't know, rook or knight, and then sometimes you have a theoretical way to mate. So I'm not sure. Maybe chess.com gives a draw, but in a normal game, for example, if you have just a knight and the opponent has a pawn, so it's very easy to give a checkmate. Let's say if there is out of pawn a knight and then corner, and then it is a checkmate. So this would be very, very easy checkmate. That's why I was not sure if it is a checkmate or it is not a checkmate. Okay. Let's see what happens next. Do we have some questions in the chat? I'm not sure also how we're doing currently with the connection. Okay, let's hope we will be doing fine. So we have the Philidor opening here. Knight on c6, the usual bishop b5 move. Idea is to take on c6, and next we have this bishop f4 line. Idea, long castle, and then we have the move e5, yeah. So long castle. Welcome everyone who is new to VChess. I hope you're enjoying my comments. I hope you're having a great day. We have the short castle, long castle situation, and rook e1. And I see by Ultra, thank you very much. Yo man, can we play together? ID Wu Caris. All right, thank you for the support. Yeah, we can play a game, no problem. So let's play the next game. Can you challenge me, please? Because otherwise we are... Yeah, please challenge me. 10 minutes. Let's play a game. Thank you for the support, and it's nice to see support of the channel. No problem to play a game, because usually what we have all the time in the chat is just, can we play a game, with zero support to the channel, and obviously we have to support each other. This is the right way to go. We have to build a nice chess community. Knight on d7. We still have the option of playing e5. I think there is bishop takes, so we should not do it immediately. Maybe knight on d5 first. We put the knight to a good position. Takes, and now we can choose to take with a queen or to take with a pawn. Both is looking like a slightly better position for white. I believe maybe even to take with a queen, because we try to get the pawn on b7. We try to continue with the move e5, which will give us a better endgame. So we have a couple of ideas what we can do next. Next is, our opponent is having a big thought. I see the chat. Yes, please. So your account name is Who Cares. All right. Queen is under attack. To take on b7, this feels very risky. I'm not gonna take, but maybe to play queen. Where to put the queen? Queen h5 is looking decent because we push the move e5 next. Queen on b3 also looks pretty good. Queen on d3 looks also pretty okay. So we have different options here. I don't know where the queen is perfectly positioned. I think maybe b3 even. Or d3. d3. Let's go with a move queen on d3 because I like to push f5 and then target somewhere the move knight on g5. So we have the h7 as well as a little chance of creating some threats. But let's see what happens next. The next couple of moves are very important because if there is no good defense against the move e5, then white is doing much better. Because it's not going to be even a little better. It's going to be quite a big advantage here for white. As you can see, the rooks are ready to be active. So the move e5 is coming next. I have another idea, is to play the move h4 followed by the move knight on g5 somewhere. Knight on b6 is okay, but not perfectly positioned. So black is under pressure. Black has to play now a couple of strong moves to liquidate my intentions of playing the move e5. Maybe not so easy actually to play solid here with the black pieces. Bishop f6. Yes, it is a very solid continuation, but I think it's just slightly better for white. So we can play the move e5, or we can get more aggressive with the move g4. I don't know what is better. I think to get aggressive is not a bad approach currently. So we have the move g4. g5 is coming next. We keep the option of playing e5. Two ideas in one move. Not bad. Many people say that chess is a game of double attack. So let's see if the people are correct. If chess is a game of double attack, h6, ooh, this is dangerous. This is so dangerous because now h4 is coming. And of course, I play the move h4 because in case bishop takes, it feels suicidal. We have the idea of rook h1, g5, e5. Suddenly all the white pieces are getting just so active. That's why it's getting enormously dangerous for black to take the pawn on h4. Maybe my opponent underestimated a little bit the idea of playing h4. I think he did, but it's quite common to play the move h4 with the idea of playing the move g5 next. So dangerous for black now. To take on h4 looks crazy dangerous, but in case black is not taking, there's g5 coming next. So yeah, I think black is already in trouble by playing the move h6. g5 coming next. He takes the pawn. So now we have a choice. We have e5. We have rook h1. We have g5, like possible continuations. What should we do here? I think rook h1. Let's just deliver a checkmate to the black king on g8. We have now all the pieces in the attack. It is looking like it's gonna be a checkmate very soon. Some bishop h6 ideas, some ideas of playing g5. So yeah, I see there is a question, is knight a4 not dangerous? Yeah, knight a4 could have been played, but I think I have an easy defense, for example, by playing the move c3, because the bishop was on f6, so knight a4, c3 is possible. It is not like very dangerous. It's playable, but not very dangerous. So we continue with the move g5, I guess. We open the h file. I believe this should end in a checkmate. To defend with the king on g8, king is so alone. You should never let your king alone. I should be capable of giving a checkmate in the current position. Not over yet, but very close to over. g5. Now black can take with the bishop or to take with the pawn. In case black takes with the pawn, we have the move e5, simultaneously threatening queen h7 with a checkmate and attacking the bishop. In case black takes with the bishop, for example, we can take, and to play this queen h3, idea with a checkmate, there is f6, like only defense. And after f6, we have a beautiful checkmate. I will not tell you yet because maybe we will see this on the board and I can push my favorite F button on the keyboard. No, we cannot push the favorite button on the keyboard. So here, just e5. But the idea was bishop. I will show you after the game. Very beautiful checkmate. Just to see the beauty. e5, as we said. Queen h7 is the next move, which is a checkmate. So there is, I think, only g6 now. And after g6, we should be able to checkmate the black king on g8. So how we do that? I think we should just take. Is it a checkmate or not yet? It should be a checkmate somewhere here. No checkmate. This would be unbelievable. We should be able to give a checkmate. How to win the current game? Very weird, but I don't see a checkmate. This is just not possible. The king is so alone there. No checkmate in the current position. This would be just insane. I have knight takes g5 with the idea of queen h3, but it's not yet completely winning, so this is crazy. I don't see a direct win. So in case we take, he takes. If queen d4, there is the only defense knight on d7, so it's still not a checkmate. This is insane. It has to be completely winning for white. So take. I have this knight on e5, maybe with the idea knight g4, but is this a checkmate or it's not a checkmate? Queen from f6, where can it go? Here, no. Here, queen h3 is win. Yeah, I think I'm winning. I'm winning, but such a difficult checkmate. So I'm taking here. Now he has to take because there is nothing else. Then I have this very beautiful idea of knight e5, but such a complex move to play. Not easy at all. So no, not an easy checkmate at all. To find knight e5, for example, I think it's not easy. It looks like it is a win after knight e5. I don't know why he is not taking the bishop quickly, because this is the only way to play for black. And now I think knight e5 is winning, because in case we take, there is queen h3 with a checkmate. And knight e5, queen takes f6. We go knight on g4 first. And then we have the queen g7 or knight h6, depending on where black is playing next. It looks like a win for white, but such a difficult win. Also, we have a beautiful... Oh, we have another win. We have another win here. I just see the move rook h8, maybe winning. Take. And then we have the move knight on g5, because if the pawn is getting taken, then we have queen h3 with a checkmate. So, rook h8, check. We have knight on g5. Idea, checkmate on h3. There is queen on d7. And it should be a checkmate by playing the move queen f3 and then checkmate. Yeah, very, very beautiful. So I think we have two options here to deliver a checkmate. A very beautiful move, rook h8. I think we should play it because it's just so beautiful. It is just so rare that ideas like this actually work, because we see this a lot in the puzzles, but over the board it is happening so rare. So we have easy move knight e5, or a relatively easy win with a move knight e5, because I think there is no defense, there is no nothing, it is just game over. And we have this unbelievably beautiful rook h8. Also, I see another beauty. Yeah, we have actually a couple of ways to win the position. Queen f5. What do you think about queen f5? Oof. This is fantastic move. Yeah, I think I have to play the move queen f5, because when do we get a second chance to play a move like queen f5? This is unbelievably beautiful move. Queen h3 is coming next, and I think there is no defense. Maybe there is something like queen on d7, but then I go queen g5 with the checkmate. So beautiful. Queen f5. Wow. Queen f5 or rook h8, check. We have to make our minds how to give a checkmate. Queen f5, only move. Knight on d7, probably we go queen on g5. There is some queen on f6, but we will be winning. Or queen f5, knight here. We go queen h3 and checkmate. So beautiful. 3 options. Rook h8, knight e5, and queen f5. Well, maybe there is something else, by the way, but these are the 3 main winning continuations. And I think I will be going for the move queen f5 because it is so rare to be able to play something like this. Incredibly beautiful, I think. Queen to f5. What a move. Because in case black takes, we have the checkmate on g1. So incredibly beautiful winning move, queen f5. I hope to get some likes for that. Make some noise, like some music producers and singers would say. Queen f5, what a beauty. Unbelievably beautiful move in my opinion. Takes, we have rook to g1 with a checkmate. In case black is not taking the queen, we have the move queen h3. So it doesn't matter what happens next. We made one of the most beautiful moves, I think, of the streams, maybe of the past 10 days or something. Queen f5, defending the pawn on f6 and threatening simultaneously to play queen h3, simultaneously to play queen on g5. So very, very beautiful move, queen f5. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, I see. I Play Chess is back. I Play Chess, thank you for teaching us, by the way, the F button. I will push it when we give a checkmate. And yeah, thank you very much for the support. That's great. That's great. Thanks a lot for that. Queen f5. He's confused. Our opponent is shocked by our play queen f5. It seems to be winning. There is no defense. Queen h3 coming next. Queen g5 in case I need it. Still, we have the sacrifice. Rook h8 with a check. And then this check and check. So it seems like it is a game over. It seems like a game over. There is no defense. Probably still he's going to play something. So we will be able to give a checkmate. It would be pity if he just resigns right now because it would be beautiful to give a checkmate after this kind of play like queen f5. Let's see, 1 minute and 30 seconds for our opponent, a little less even. He's, by the way, he has a name, Swamp Defender. So we played queen f5 against a defender. Let's see if he is a real defender. No, he resigns. That's pity. That's pity. He resigns the game. Yeah, quite actually sorry to see that because it would have been so fantastic to deliver some checkmate. Let me show you just a couple of checkmates. Let's say rook e8 with the idea in case I play queen h3, there would be queen f6. So here we go with the move queen on g5. And literally doesn't matter what black plays next. We have here the check, here the check, and checkmate on g7. So very, very beautiful. And let us go back to the position here because this is what I wanted to show you guys as well. Take, take, take. Now we play queen h3. So there is a checkmate. Only move is, I think, f6, f5. Okay, f5 is looking lost. So f6, it looks like there is a fortress, but right now we have another beautiful checkmate here. It is to play queen e6. Rook f7 is forced. Now rook h8. King has to take, and we take here on f7, and we have this rook h1 with the checkmate. So this is what I meant in the line when we been talking about the position. A little bit long line to visualize, but it's all right. Okay, the next game against Wu Cares. I think Wu Cares is in 10 minutes. Wu Cares, please confirm that this is you. Also on chess.com. So the name Who Cares from India is our next game. Who cares? Could you please confirm that this is you? Maybe who cares is not listening to us anymore. He just wants to play the game, so I promise a game against who cares because he supported us a little bit. Who cares? I don't see you in the chat, but I think it's you. I think it's you. So let's start the game against who cares as promised. Let's go. We are black against who cares. So who cares? Of course, turn off the sound because during my comments are here. It is just, I think, not so nice for you to play. So after your game, you will be able to check my comments. We have the move c4 been played. Let's answer with the move e5. So we have English, or depends what comes next. e3, knight f6. So for the moment, everything is very normal. d4. We are capable of taking on d4. Takes now d5 or bishop b4 as the normal continuations. I think I'm gonna go with the move bishop b4 because I try to castle as fast as possible, and I try to play against the king on e1. This is something normal. Now we take because the bishop is under attack, and next I will be trying to castle and be as quick as possible with the move rook e8. We have different strategies in the current position. So let's think about a little bit about the strategies that we have. We have a strategy of playing the move d5, which looks very, very normal. We have the strategy of eventually playing rook e8 and maybe trying to attack somehow quickly, but with the move queen e7. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like it is a great strategy. It's possible to play rook e8, bishop e2, and queen e7, trying to prevent white from castling. But somehow it feels not the right way. I don't know. Maybe we could try this, but it doesn't feel right. So let's continue with the move d5 here. Something very, very normal to put the pawn on d5. Next might be rook e8. To take is very dangerous for white. So I think this is not the right decision because white is giving me now an extra tempo to get my knight on f4. So all the ideas also connected to the move rook e8 and queen e7 are getting stronger. So CD, very risky. I think white should have played the move bishop e2 and castle short side with very normal position. But CD, it allows me to get quickly my pieces into the attack. So I can play knight takes d5, or I can play this rook e8, queen e7. Both is looking pretty nice. So let me play maybe the move knight on d5 because it looks more solid. Also, I can try queen d5, knight on c6, trying to win the pawn on d4 instantly. Is also a possibility. So usually knight on d5, this is something common. So let me take with a knight. Knight is getting to f4. It's going to be a beautiful position on f4. And next, we're going to try to put some pressure against the d4 pawn. So let's see what happens next. What who cares is planning to play next. Knight f4 is coming. So I will be trying to put long-term, of course, pressure against the d4 pawn. We can get as well the pieces to normal squares. But I think to play knight f4 is usually the right way because we have the beautiful knight on f4, and not to put the knight on f4, it's pity. Sometimes we have just options that are pity not to be played. Next, we try to attack the pawn on d4. So maybe knight on c6. We develop a piece with a tempo. d4 pawn is under attack. This makes the things for white already not so easy. We have another couple of ideas. We have idea of queen f6, queen on g6. Dangerous here. Attack on the g2 pawn. We have ideas of playing bishop g4. For example, now bishop g4 is looking quite powerful. There is some kind of defense, knight e3, but we can eventually just take on d4. So bishop g4 is looking very, very good. I think I'm going to play it because it is looking so dangerous now for white. Very, very dangerous. And all this trouble is because of the c takes d5. If who cares would have not played the move c takes d5, everything would be fine. But because I gained a tempo with a knight to get immediately this knight on d5, followed by the move knight f4, so it is like an extra tempo for black, and immediately, as you can see, there is a pressure on the pawn d4. Difficult to avoid this pressure already. There is something like knight takes e2, knight takes d4 ideas. We have still ideas with rook e8, putting even more pressure on the e file. We keep the idea of queen f6, and queen joins the attack. So too many things at once. And usually, in case you see position where there are multiple threats, so it means 2, 3, 4 different threats, it becomes, in most of the cases, very, very hard to fight against these multiple threats simultaneously. This is the problem. So h3 being played by white. Let's think about what we can play next, but I think the next move of black is pretty logical. So we have the option of taking on f3, but this is not the best, because bishop takes, yes, we're going to win the pawn on d4, but there is the pawn on b7 that is falling, so this is not the best. Much more logical is looking to take first here. We take, and then we have this knight takes d4 with a tempo. So knight takes e2 on the board. White is forced to take, and here we take the pawn with a tempo. Knight takes d4. Now the pin on g4, still brutal. Next, we can think about if we take bishop takes f3 or knight takes f3, then winning the pawn on h3. So the position of white is very, very bad currently. I think, again, who cares played a bit too quickly the move c takes d5, and also he had a bad time distribution, so who cares should have played more carefully. It means spend more time to have a better position, to play a bit fast and then to suffer in a bad position. This is possible strategy, but it's a very risky strategy. So I think now I can take with the bishop simply here, get the rook into the attack, and it looks like it's going to be a checkmate to the white king pretty soon. So we get the rook. As I always say, first get the pieces into the game, and then let's see what happens next. I think it's a very good strategy. Get the pieces first, and then we think what happens next. So always the same. Rook is getting into the game. Knight is so strong on d4. So black is having a huge advantage here. I think it should be a decisive advantage. And all of this is because of the move c takes d5 a bit too early. That who cares? Who cares, by the way, is the name of my opponent now. It's not that I'm saying who cares. CD, mistake. Too fast played with a lot of time on the clock, so 9 minutes something, and then c takes d5. It's a better strategy in the opening to think a little bit longer, trying to get a good position, and later eventually start the game with at least a decent position instead of playing fast. And in case you play fast, obviously mistakes are completely normal, even for GM. It doesn't matter for who. In case you're playing very fast, you sometimes just do mistakes, and then you're suffering all the game long. So I would advise you to choose a strategy of being a little bit safer during the first 10 moves. So play the first 10 moves of the game a little bit slower, even in case you are sure that you're doing the right thing. Still take your time. I think this is usually the better strategy. Queen is on g4. So here we have a couple of options. First option, rook e6, rook to g6. To bring the rook to g6, it looks like a good option, I think. We have the option of playing the move queen on d5. Also, this is looking very powerful because the pawn on f3 is under attack. Knight on c4 is under attack. So is there a defense for white? Maybe to play rook on d1. We're gonna take the pawn still, and then we have another check here on d2. So or just to play c5 and keeping the knight on d4. So yes, this is a winning continuation, I think, to play the move queen on d5. But I think rook e6 is also looking so nice. We bring the rook to g6. We win and tempo here. The rook joins the game, and I think it is unsavable position for white. We have also the f5 continuation. Let's check what happens after the move f5. Where does the queen move from g4? g3 not possible. We have the fork, so there's only queen to h5. We play the move g6. There's only the queen h6, and yeah, this is also looking like a winning position. So we have to choose. We have the nice choice to make from the winning continuations. Which choice should we make? I think rook e6. I like the move rook e6. I don't know why. I think the other moves are perfectly fine as well, but I like the move rook e6 because to get an extra piece into the attack usually is never a bad thing. Now we still have the option of playing queen on d5. We have the option of playing rook g6. We have to choose what to play next, and what should we do here? What should we do next? I think rook on g6 is looking good. So let's play the move, or should we not play the move? I don't know. I don't know what is a better way. This is also looking so nice to put the queen on d5. Okay, let's get rook on g6 as we planned. Let's keep the plan. Let's just not switch to something else. We get the rook on g6. Next might be queen f6, for example, or queen on d5, depending on where white's queen is going to go next. So this attack is looking quite decisive. King is too much open. Queen on f4. I think now we have again a couple of choices. We have the usual queen on d5, but then there is again this rook on d1. So we have the move for rook f6, attacking the queen and eventually winning the pawn on f3. I think this is looking very good. So let's go for it. Let's go with the move rook to f6, attacking, and knight takes on f3 next. Here. Somehow not visible. Too many arrows. Let's try again. Knight f3. Yeah. This time it worked. So knight f3 coming next. It will be the second pawn that we are winning with the black pieces, and still we are continuing with our attack on the white king. It means that things are looking not very well for white here. Queen on g3. We are able to take the pawn on f3. I think we should do that. And we have queen on d5 as a possible continuation as well. But I think why not to take the pawn in case we can. So we take the pawn on f3. Next, we're planning to play this move queen on d5. Maybe we can find something better than the queen on d5, but I think it looks like a very good option. So let's go with the move queen on d5. Here we have this pressure here on the diagonal, and the queen is getting into good position. So queen on e4, beautiful queen here. There might be some checks now, and rook on g6 is a very dangerous threat as well. So position of white slowly is getting critical. We have still a piece not in the game, so I would wish to get my rook maybe first f8, e8, just a slightly better position before I take decisive action, or maybe we can already win some material, so we can go knight on d2, attacking the rook on f1, giving a check. So yeah, there will be no defense against it. We have knight on g4. Okay, so now rook on g6 is looking like a good answer. We have beautiful rook here on g6. Still, this kind of knight on d2 is possible as a potential threat. We have as well the move h5. So we have here the danger on the g file. Rook e1. Oh, this is a mistake because we can take knight takes e1 with a check. So this is just a blunder. We're taking the rook with a check, and it seems like that's it, because we have Rook up position f3 is the only way to defend here, but I don't think we can call it a defense because it is just a game over already. We have many winning continuations here. Let's take the simple one. We just take back on f3. We give our knight, but we go into a winning endgame. So queen f3 is sort of forced, and we just simply take. As you can see, this is a very, very simple winning endgame. So there's no chance to save the game. For white, the rooks are entering, and that's it. So this is going to be a game over. That's it. That's it. It is a game over. I think it was a decent game, but of course in the opening c takes d5, this was a mistake. So after that, white got into trouble, and it was very, very difficult to defend. And I think my internet is gone again. What is going on today? Bad luck here. The problem is that in case there's a bad internet, it's crushing all the other programs, and I'm getting stuck. But I think maybe we are back. I think we're back. By the way, I play chess. Would you like to play a game? Because I play chess is always supporting us. So in case you like to play a game, I play chess, please write me what is your account name, and we can play a game. Let me wait if I play chess is going to write something. I play chess is not answering. So okay, so I play chess is not here. Sure, I will send you a challenge, but I am noob. Yeah, no problem. Just let's play one game so you can enjoy. Once I started to play against our so I play chess. What's your name? Please let me know your name. Chess user, is it you? I play chess. What's your username? Because otherwise there are many challenges and I cannot see what actually is your username. I play chess 24. It's probably your username, yeah, I guess. Because there are not so many. I play chess 24. Is it you? It should be you. Okay, we will play now against I Play Chess, who always supports us. Let me double check if this is for sure you. I Play Chess 24. It should be you. And let me double check if this is for sure you. I think it is. Yeah. Yes, it's you. Okay, so let's go against I Play Chess, who always supports us. And again, the idea of my streams, the streams are educational. So it's not to win against someone or to lose against someone. It doesn't matter. It is about learning chess. Let's start with the move e4. We're playing I Play Chess, who actually introduced us the F button on the keyboard. This is when the pieces are falling. At the moment, somehow the game is not getting started. Actually, what is happening here again? We're stuck. My connection is horrible today. On chess.com, I think. Now the game has begun. Okay, so we are back. We are back. Sorry for the bad connection today. I don't know why it's so bad today, but okay. So we have the Sicilian defense. Knight on c6. We will play with the move knight on c3. One of the main moves, knight on c3 or d4 or bishop on b5. So now we have here d4. Take, take. Let's see if we have the main line of rouser. Yes, we have. This is called the rouser opening. bishop on g5, the main line of the rouser opening. Next main move for black is to play the move e6. Yes, we have the main line of the rouser. All right, queen on d2. White is getting ready to castle long side. This is usually what is happening here. So bishop e7, long castle. We still are in the main line of the theory. Short castle with black. There are a few ways to play it. For example, with the move a6 first. There's, of course, also short castle first. Now with white, we have to choose which line to play. There's a line with h4. There's a line with f4. There's also the line with the move f3. All is possible. Let's go with the move h4 because I think it is an interesting line. The move h4. Why to play the move h4? Because the idea is that in many cases, once black has played the move h6, there is no idea. So we can sacrifice the bishop on g5. We take it back, and the h file is going to be very, very strong. So we have the move e5 been played, and e5 is a dangerous move for black. Why is it dangerous? It can be good because black is trying to force the knight go away, but we have the d5 square, so very risky to give up on the d5 square in most of the cases. With the knight, we can go knight on b5, attacking the pawn on d6. We can also just go back to b3, then try to take on f6 and get the knight on d5. Also, knight f5 is looking interesting, but I think now black can take, and then we have this knight on d4, so this we should avoid. Let's go maybe with a move knight on b5 because it feels the knight b5 move is good. We are trying to get the pawn on d6. We are trying maybe to take and get the second knight on d5. So we have d6 as a weakness. We have d5 square as a weakness. So yeah, knight on b5 looks like a good option. Maybe also bishop c4 next could be played. So there is this pressure here. Bishop e6, very safe play by I Play Chess. But the problem is now that the d6 pawn is falling. So I think I'm capable of taking the pawn on d6. Let's double check if there are some tricks. Maybe there is something like knight on d4, but I believe that we should be doing better with white after knight on d4. So I think I can take the pawn on d6. Let's go. Let's go for it. So we are winning the pawn on d6. Still, the game remains pretty interesting because I think in Sicilian you never know, because for example knight on d4, then he goes for the endgame. With black, of course, I think it is a bad idea to go for endgame in case you're pawn down. So with the pawn down you have to try to get active. I think knight d4 would have been the better player, better move I mean. Now endgame, white pawn up, white bishop pair, so this is a great endgame for white. Let me read the comments for a second. We have so many comments, very difficult to overlook. Is there some kind of interesting chess question that I have missed? Let me see. Chess questions, not yet. Okay, we have bishop takes a2, and bishop takes a2 is idea that in case I take, there's probably knight e4 still. Would be just a piece up, but I have intermediate move. I can take first f6, so the pawn has to take back, and only then I will be taking the bishop on a2. That's why bishop takes a2 not working. We can win now the bishop on a2. Endgame, we have a piece up. The next stage is just to change as many pieces as we can, and it's going to be a win. By the way, I would like to say that for today's stream, I will be not playing viewers anymore because it's just too many. I made an exception. And of course, I Play Chess always supports us. So thank you for that. Sometimes I think during the streams it's a good idea to play maybe once, maybe twice. But that's it, because otherwise it's not fair to the others, and as well I think it's getting not the right direction, the stream, because the idea of my streams is try to provide you with educational chess content, so you try to become better. That's why during the streams, I will be streaming also in the evening. I will make a rule, 1 game, 2 games max against our VChess supporters, but not more than that. Otherwise, it's not going the right direction, the stream. So we have the beautiful rook on h3. We would like to give a check now on g3, and I think we can. So we give a check on g3 to the black king on g7. We have the extra piece, which gives us, of course, a winning position in an endgame. So to take on f6 looks logical. So this is what we are doing next. We take the pawn on f6. We're using that our rooks are here so active. Knight on d4 is a beautiful knight, but knight has no support. So in case knight would have some support to do something against the king on c1, but here there's nothing to be done. Just a beautiful knight. It's not enough to create some threats to the white king on c1, so yeah. It looks already almost like a hopeless endgame, except there is some big blunder or something similar like a big blunder. So a6, we get the last piece into the game. So I always follow the same rule. First to get the pieces into the game, and then let's see what happens next. So we get the piece into the game. Next, knight to d5, so we will have as well a beautiful knight here on d5. So this is what we do next. Bishop from d3 defends the pawn on c2, so we are very safe here. Now we have the beautiful knight on d5, and next we will try to checkmate the black king on h8. So for example, I think we can try the move rook on h6. As you can see, the things around the black king are getting tricky here. We would like to get the knight here and then to give a checkmate. So we act according to the plan, knight on f6. And next is going to be a checkmate on h7. There is no way to prevent the checkmate. So next move is rook takes h7, and that's it. So why we managed to win the game? Ooh, rook c2 to make the game a bit longer. All right. So there is only one move that makes the game still a bit longer. It is to play knight on g5 to defend. No, knight on g7, and of course we are checkmating next with the move rook takes h7, checkmate. All right, I play chess. I hope you enjoyed the game. So in the beginning everything been okay, but then you went into an endgame with a pawn down. This was not the best. So of course keep the pieces on the board when you are having a pawn down position. Try to counterattack. This is usually the better strategy. Endgame pawn down is not good, and now my internet collapses again. This is terrible what is going on today with the internet. We had already 2 interruptions, and now we have another interruption here. So yeah, what to do? Internet is not good today. So I hope you enjoyed my comments. I hope you enjoyed the game. We had some fun here. Good chat as well. I think it's very nice to see that you all are good people, good community here on VChess. The chat is very, very clean. Good ideas, good things. So yeah. Okay, I think that's it for the current stream, because you see that my internet just collapses now. It collapsed completely. Okay, sorry for that. Internet is gone. I can do nothing now because we have this interruptions all the time. So thanks for watching. Give a like, subscribe, of course. I will be back in the evening. So join me in the evening, approximately 8 p.m. Dubai time. I will be live again. So join VChess. Join VChess. Until then, there will be also, I think, Gemilin streaming. So Gemilin is doing an easy stream, just fun. You can watch her as well in case you like to have some fun. Here with me, we have more educational streams. So we focus more on learning something, and next we will be sometimes playing viewers, but not every time, so you cannot expect to play me in case you wish to play me. I try to play maybe 1 game, 2 games max against a viewer, but not more than that, because we cannot play all the time. All right, see you. So see you next time. See you eventually in the evening. Thanks again. I wish you all a great day. My internet is very bad today, so nothing to do now. Thanks again. Thanks to everyone. I play chess. Thanks for the support. See you eventually in the evening. Bye to everyone.